Hello, I'm Deb Calvert, co-author of the new book, Stop Selling and Start Leading. This is a book based on buyer research and stories from sellers who told us about their own personal best in selling. We collected over 500 stories, and I noticed that they had some common threads. When they were at their best, sellers described stories and situations where three things almost always came into play. The first thing is that it wasn't easy. Personal best stories usually involved some sort of significant challenge for the seller. The second thing is that it required perseverance. Getting from point A to point E wasn't easy, and it wasn't necessarily fast. It took time. It took multiple steps. It took perseverance, bringing more and more value and insight to the table, showing leadership all along the way to encourage and inspire the buyer. And the third thing about all these personal best stories that they had in common is that it required some kind of approach that was creative or unique, an approach that broke the mold, differentiating the seller and positioning their solution in a way that was standout from all the others. You'll notice something these stories did not have in common. In fact, there were surprisingly few mentions in these stories of personal best, of how high the dollar amount of the sale was. Certainly that was a factor in some of the stories, but never the main event or the part that a seller spotlighted. And it wasn't about the personal recognition, although sometimes that came as a reward after the fact. But that's not what it made the seller feel like it was their personal best either. Nope, it was the fact that it wasn't easy, it required perseverance, and it required bringing something unique to the table for the buyer. So what that tells me is that challenging yourself is a good idea. To reach your personal best, to make extraordinary sales, you can't be afraid to challenge yourself. You don't want to hold back. In fact, challenge is fertile breeding ground for greatness. So if you're looking to become extraordinary in your field, if you're looking to do what's great, it will involve some challenge, and you can bring that to yourself, for yourself, to make the most of yourself.